Hey there friends, I am going to do an art supply haul today. I haven't done really a lot of hauls before. I've put a couple like small ones into vlogs, but I don't generally like buy a bunch of stuff at once for like anything. But I had some Christmas gift cards and I wanted to spend them at the art supply store. Though they were for the art supply store. So I'm just gonna show you what I got, and these are just things that I'm excited about using for my art practice coming up. So I thought that could be kind of cool. I'm gonna swatch everything that I got that is swatchable, and I'll tell you sort of why these are brands I like or just stuff I enjoy. So the main place I was shopping was Daler-Rowney, which is, I think, a Canadian art supply company. But these are not necessarily all products that are Daler-Rowney's brand, so I will link everything that I got down below if you also want to get it, and we can learn how to use these together, because there's some new stuff here for me. But there's, let's just get started and I'll just tell you what I have here. Also, I haven't opened any of these yet, and you can't imagine the amount of restraint it has taken me to not like bust these open, just because I wanted to film this in natural daylight, and so this is a win for both of us. So the first thing I got is another Winsor watercolor palette set. I already have one of these with different colors and I love it so much, so I want to get another one. This one is the landscape pocket set, and it comes with cadmium yellow, alizarin crimson, ultramarine, sap green, yellow ochre, raw umber, burnt sienna, and Payne's gray. So like really outdoorsy colors. I got this because when I'm traveling in May this year, I wanted to bring a little art kit for watercolors to do like landscapes and stuff when I'm traveling. So I wanted to get this, but it didn't have my favorite color, which is, I got a tube of it, which is olive green. Olive green is my favorite color for painting any plants. And I know I could probably mix it up using these colors, but I just bought a tube of it. So, and I'm gonna put it in this palette. You can buy the little, let's open this up and I'll just show you what's in it. Wow, this is hard to get into. I even took my nails off so that I didn't, because I'm gonna do some sculpting. So, good thing, because I would have broken them right there. All right, this is what the palette looks like. It is adorable and little, and oops, when you open it up, oh, there's a little sticker, that's cute. It's like a little sticker that can go on the top, I guess, to show this is the watercolor or the landscape palette. I love that. So what's inside looks like this. It has a little travel brush and there's 8 colors. The other kit I have had all 12 colors and I love it, but I don't mind having some blanks because I'm basically, what I was trying to say earlier was that you can buy more of these little cubes to go in here. And they were like, this is Canadian dollars, but I think they were like $13 to $17 each. They're nice quality paints, so that's not unreasonable, but I was like, you know, I know that it's not exactly, I'm just gonna get a wet one that was more affordable, and there's way more paint in here, and I'm just gonna put it in the little hole and let it dry, and that'll be fine. So I'll probably fill up the rest of these 4 holes in the palette with just some wet paints that I like to take on the trip. But now I get to do the very fun job of unwrapping each of these individual pigments. I like the little brushes that come with them as well. I used the one in the other kit too, and it's basically like, sorry, I wasn't showing you. It comes with like a little cap, and it's this big. You pull the cap off and you get like, you put it on the end, and it's a little brushy brush, and it's just the right size for like on the go. I do usually pack some other brushes too, but you know, if you only need one, this is it. And I like the shape of it as well. The olive green that I got is from PWC Premium Extra Fine Artist Watercolor. Honestly, I don't know the brand. Oh yeah, Shinhan Art, which is completely fine. Oh, it's from Korea. Okay, so this is Korean watercolor paint. Actually, I'm not going to include prices because I don't think the prices, first of all, I'm quoting in Canadian prices, so that won't be accurate. I also think that the prices in store, you can get them for a little bit more affordable online. Because Daler-Rowney is a Canadian store, I know that most of you watching aren't in Canada, so I'll link like I'll just find other places that have these products to link them, and the prices might not line up. So I won't bother telling you how much everything costs, but you can just find it in the description if you are curious. Okay, I have got everything to test out my new watercolor kit. For reference, this is the kit I got. The landscape pocket set from Winsor & Newton. These are the colors that are in it. And here's the little thing I already showed you. So the first thing I've got to do is unwrap all these little things. So let's try and get through that. Okay, so there are my little paints. Something about these, unwrapping them, just reminds me of unwrapping candy as a kid. Same feeling. Here's a little brush that comes with it, as I mentioned. Comes out like that. And I also wanted to put my olive green in this palette. You can actually buy, like, you know how these all come in, like here's the pigment. It comes in the little tray. You can buy these little trays and like fill them so you can put them in, but like I'm not gonna bother to do that. You can though, if you want to. So like I said, this is my olive green, which is my favorite green for anything naturey. So I'm just gonna put it in here beside the sap green. There you go. I'll leave this palette open for a day or two and that'll dry out just like the others. It'll be good to go. Okay, so let's test these out. I'm also gonna test out this new brush that I got. So this is what it looks like up close, if you were curious. And it's pretty much the same shape as the one that comes with it, it's just bigger. So let's just go through and swatch all these colors in the palette. First is the cadmium yellow hue. And I'm doing these pretty saturated just for the sake of being able to see them. I always find that cadmium yellow looks a lot darker in the pan than it does on the page, but you can darken it up a little bit. That's number one. Then we have alizarin crimson hue. It's interesting that these are the colors they picked for a landscape kit because they're not what I would consider landscape colors necessarily, but they are great mixing colors. So I do see the logic. It's just that I'm kind of a lazy painter. I don't mix colors custom too much. I guess I do some tints, but I like, this is why I like the olive green. I feel like it's ready to go. I like the, oh sorry, this is the ultramarine that I'm doing now. I like ultramarine. It's obviously a good color for skies or water, and really easy to warm up, I think, because I do tend to go towards warmer colors. Then we have sap green. And sap green, like, it's funny to me that there's only one green in here, but obviously you can mix so many greens with the other colors. But sap green is so springtimey, it's fresh grass to me, which I do like. And I'm gonna use a little bit less. So this one's already wet because it's the olive green, so it's gonna look a little different. Just grab a little bit, try and mix it on the page. Obviously it's way more opaque, but yeah, that's just because it was already wet. So you can see, like, I'll just do a little bit more and drag it. I just love that green color. I think it's so nice. It's the warmest green, and it's like the color of trees in a late summer's day, if you ask me. Like the sun coming through the leaves on a tree look this color to me. Yeah, I use it for like all the florals and botanicals I paint. I use it all the time, so big fan. It got a way bigger block than everything else I'm testing, so clearly. Okay, moving down, we're going to use yellow ochre next. I'll put these in the same orientation as the palette. So much warmer yellow. It's almost like, I don't know, it's part of the brown family in my opinion, just in terms of the way you use it. Next we have raw umber. I don't know what to say about raw umber. It's a good brown, a cool brown. I think it's a cool brown, as in like warm versus cool. Yeah, I'd say so. Then we have burnt sienna, and obviously these two browns are extremely different. For me, I would definitely go raw umber for like tree trunks, things like that, and I would be doing burnt sienna for like, I don't know, earth, soil, but they mix together well. Yeah, I tend to avoid the burnt sienna for botanicals exactly. I use it for other aspects of nature, if you know what I mean. And our last one is Payne's Gray, which is basically like a bluish black. But you can do a really nice gray with it, like for stones. I guess I'm just breaking outside of my mold here to drag it around. It also, to me, is like a thunderstorm sky color, right? Like you could do really pretty clouds. Yeah, I'm just kind of pushing the color around at this point. So that's the palette that I have, and this, with my addition, that is going to be what I take on my trips for doing on-the-go little painting sketches. I think it's so pretty. I'm very, very happy with it. It's funny that there's such primary colors at the top, like 3 primary colors and a secondary, because it's just like begging to be mixed. And that's what the top part of this is for, obviously, is for mixing the paints in like a little palette. There's 3 trays, and it works great in my opinion. I've also Where is my other one? I'll show you how beat up it is. Okay, here's my other one. This one, I don't know what it's called. I'll link that too. This is what it looks like with a little bit of TLC. It's not even that bad. This one came with like a violet. We have, what yellow is that? I can't remember. It's like a lemony yellow and a different green as well. And there's white, which I rarely use, but does get dirty. Yeah, and like you can see, I've even dipped some of that olive green up here in the lid and it's dried up here. So you can even use the lid to store extra colors if you were really weird and ambitious with more colors. So I love these palettes, really happy. That's what that looks like. Okay, so that was my watercolor stuff that I got. You guys know I do a lot of different mediums. I grabbed some acrylic paint. I just got 2. I really like this brand. It is Daler-Rowney? Not Daler-Rowney, like Daler-Rowney. Daler-Rowney. I'm gonna stop saying it. It's like a student grade. It's called Graduate Acrylic. They're just these little tubes, but they're always on clearance at my Daseres for some reason. Where are they made? They're made in England. I just like them. They're like a really good size and they have a nice range of colors and they're always on clearance. So these were $2 each. And I just got Hooker's Green and Yellow Ochre because I was just thinking about colors I was missing that I didn't want to bother mixing. So I got just 2 little acrylics and I bought 1 brush because I have a lot of other brushes. This is a Dynasty paintbrush. I'm not fussy about paintbrush brands. I don't care at all. Because I have a lot and I've ruined them because I do weird projects with them. I'm going to probably use this for watercolor. Speaking of brushes, this actually I didn't buy. I got this as a gift over the holidays, but I just wanted to show you. It's this little travel case full of brushes and I think it's really sweet. It just rolls up like that and it's got a lot of brushes in it. They're not like fancy brushes, but this has a waterproof lining, which I thought was a nice touch. And a slot for all these. So like I said, I go through a lot of brushes because I'm doing clay, I'm doing watercolor and acrylic, gouache. I use brushes for glue. I don't know, I go through a lot of brushes. So this is a nice set though. I haven't really played with it much. It did even come with a palette knife, but it is really stiff. Otherwise, I think there's like a lot of ones I will use in here for both acrylic and probably not watercolor so much, but yeah, I like it. It's bigger than, this is for like a local traveling, not a overseas traveling kind of painting trip kit because it's a little bulky, but I like it. And I'll let you know what I think of the brushes once I really get to use them. I also got this at Daseres. This is just a big kit of palettes and it also comes with some of their palette knives. They're just like little flimsy plastic ones. I just use those for like plaster and drywall plaster when I'm doing sculpting. So they're one step up from disposable. But I wanted some palettes because I bought some other stuff in here I want to try mixing and my current palettes are extremely crusty and we don't need to talk about those. So there's 3 in here. They're just kind of straightforward, but this was a good multi-pack. I liked that. I do have more actual art supplies to show you. I don't want to show you boring things first. I got 2 of these like folders and they are pretty, they're just presentation document things with like sleeves inside them. But I got them because I was cleaning my office and I found this big stack of art that I've made that I was like, I don't want to get rid of it, but I don't want to put it up anywhere. So these are just to organize finished pieces that I want to keep, but I want to just like have in a thing so they're organized. That's just for art print organization. The next thing I'll show you is these markers, acrylic paint markers. I believe these are like dupes or knockoffs of, I'm completely blanking on what they're called. Everyone has them. Well, I can't remember the name that I'm trying to think of, but I'm going to feel really dumb. It's going to come to me eventually. They're like paint markers. This box I'm realizing is actually very dirty. So I probably, like the stickers all messed up and there's like a big fingerprint on the side. Didn't notice that at the time. Doesn't matter. I'm excited to use these because I've never used paint marker. Well, I have some metallic paint markers, but I've never used them for like the things that other people do. What is that brand called? Okay, let's get into these. I'm excited to test these. So, so what these specifically are, this is Daseres house brand, Lineo acrylic paint markers, permanent, water-based, low odor. You can use them on paper, stone, wood, ceramic, glass, metal, plastic. And it's just to varnish if it's on a glazed surface. So I don't really know what I was going to use, but you do have to prime these markers. And it's just like a basic color set. There's no metallics. I like the box. I wish it didn't, maybe I can clean off the fingerprints. It's cute. So yeah, they're just these chunky, whoa. All right, I didn't really expect them to be clear. Yeah, I meant chunky in terms of the marker, but the paint looks chunky. Ugh. I hope these are good. Yeah, okay, they need to be shaken up clearly. Cool, let's test those and see how they look. I'm a little nervous because now I've looked at what they look like inside and they're kind of weird and gross looking. So let's just give her, all right? Let's start with the yellow. So it says on the back, shake several times, press tip down, blah, blah, blah. So we'll do that. I'm just gonna use the same paper to swatch everything today. Tip's already pretty saturated. Box was sealed, though I don't think it was used. Yeah, it's not actually saturated. So just gotta press and hold. I don't know if you can see, but you gotta press and hold the tip in so that the paint starts to flow down. Okay, so now it's flowing. Well, let's just fill in this little circle. Paint markers are always really scratchy. Like, I think that's just how they have to be because of the type of tip they are. But I think that looks pretty good. It's really opaque. Like I said, I've only used metallic ones before. There's a little bit of like, I don't know what to call it. It's a little chunky almost. Let's see how it dries down. Let's keep moving on and see how that dries down. So that's number one. Let's do orange. Okay, so I really have to shake these because for the first couple seconds, like there's no sound, but it takes a while to loosen up the little ball bearing or whatever it is inside that shakes the paint around. So perseverance. Okay, there's the orange. All right, well, that looks really good. I mean, I still do see like some texture. I'll touch it when it's all dry, but that's really opaque. Comes out really nicely. Like, I don't think I don't know if it's right to say these are supposed to be knockoffs, but I like how they look so far. Next color, what is this? I can't really tell, I guess it's red, but it's kind of an orange red. Okay, so it is red. It's still like an orangey red, but that's the only one that comes with this box, so I guess that's fine. Next we have pink, which, can you see how separated that is? I think other paint markers aren't clear for a reason. There's like pastel at the end, and there's like a gooey purple and the liquid in the middle. All right, let's fix that. Okay, there is the pink. I think that's a really pretty color. So far, I'm impressed. I like them. Is this one dry yet? Nope. Okay, nope, it's not dry. Next is purple, light purple, lilac. Okay, there's the purple. The nubs are big, like these are, I think it's on the box, like, wait, no, it says on them, 2mm tips. So like, that's obviously not for detail work, but it's pretty cool. I'm excited to see what I can put these on. Let me film some close-ups. That's what the texture's looking like right now. Like, see what I mean? Like it dried down kind of chunky. I don't think that's the paper unless it's like the tip of the brush scratched up the paper. I don't know. It would be fun on different surfaces though. That would probably go really well on like wood or canvas. Okay, next we have dark blue. Here's what it looks like when the tip is filling with the paint. Let me do it down here. Alright, so that's the dark blue. I think that's really pretty actually. Next is the light blue. These markers were also a really good price. I think it was $20 on sale for this 12 pack. And I'm not sure how much the individual markers go for from the brand whose name I literally can't remember. It's not that I'm trying to be like coy or cute and not mention them. I just literally am having such a brain day today. Okay, this one's the lighter blue. Cute. Yeah, I think it's a good price for this pack, considering what they look like here. We'll see how long they last. Oh, next is green, which is kind of looks like a blue-green in the tube. Okay, I remember it's Posca. I'm sure I've already put it on the screen. Posca markers, that's what I'm thinking of. I've never used those, so I can't really say exactly what they're like comparatively, but these are great so far. Yeah, so this green is definitely like a cool blue-green, which is a neat color, but like, you know, I'm more of a this green kind of person, so that's okay. Let's move on to the neutrals. So we have this light brown. It's kind of weird, like this one has like red pigment staining the inside. It's like the paint separated a bit or something. I don't know, they do look weird in the tube, but they're coming out really nice, so I guess it's fine. So there's that light brown. It's sort of like a light cocoa, it's like a cool toned brown. Then we have this gray, which does look pretty normal. Okay, so there's the gray. It looks kind of like car paint. I don't know, the gray beside the brown really makes the brown look gray as well. Maybe it's supposed to. It's more like a taupe. I think taupe would be the right color. Here's the black one. Now there was a 48 pack of these, so the colors that I feel like I'm missing, like more diverse greens and more browns probably were in that one, but I just didn't want to get a big one when I've never used these before and didn't know if I liked them. All right, so there's the black, very vibrant, really nice and strong color. And last is the white, which probably won't look like much, but we'll try it anyways. It looks super gross in the tube. Okay, so the white is actually in, but it just looks like nothing on white paper. Is this skin safe? I don't know. Look, there we go. White on white. Perfect. Okay, well this set looks cute. Really happy with these swatches. Did they dry down? Yes, finally. So the ones that were a little bit, let me get close up. The ones that were a little bit chunky don't look bad now that they've dried down. I think all in all, they look really good. Even the white still shows up when you look really close. Yeah, so I'm interested in what I'm going to use these for, and I think it'll be fun to play with them. Wow, the black one dried really fast. Okay, so those are the acrylic paint pens. The last thing that I got in this little haul video I'm very excited about, and this is a pack of drawing inks. I splurged and got the whole set of 8. I actually already have the black one, but it's literally 15 years old, so I probably deserved a new one. I'm not usually someone who will buy like a big pack of something for something that's new for me. I usually would just buy 1 or 2 and try it, but it was a gift card and I was feeling like I deserved a little treat. So these are drawing inks. So basically it's like a water soluble dye. You can use it like I haven't really tried this yet, so I'm not exactly giving you like an accurate tutorial, but my impression is that they're sort of in the watercolor family, but obviously very pigmented because they're inks. I'm interested in how they layer. I'm interested in how they dry down. So I'm very curious and I think it will be fun. They look very vibrant. So I'm so excited to open this up right now and start playing with it. I'm gonna open these up and give it a go. I know that these little bottles don't have pipettes in them. The one that I have with the black already does. So I'm just gonna see what I can do. Comes with a little piece of paper explaining examples. So pen and ink drawing, brush and ink sketching, graphical images and calligraphy, and technical applications to using dilute washes. So cool, whatever, that sounds good. Let's open these little cuties up. Look how adorable. Is this not delightful? Is this not the most delightful thing? Little jars of things. So, ooh, they look very satisfying. So this is what they look like. They have the little plastic lid, glass jar. The light coming through the bottle is very pretty. This one is emerald. It looks blue in the jar, but apparently it's green. So let's just get all these little cuties open. I'm gonna save the boxes. I'll probably put them back in the overall container just because they're really pretty. I should be really showing you what they look like up close. This is emerald, so the pretty box, and here's the little green bottle. Then there is black Indian ink, and it's got this spider guy on it. This is the one I already had with a pipette, so very cute. Then we have Vermilion, which on this box looks orange, but on the bottle is red, so Vermilion is red, so that's what it'll look like. Next we have actual orange, I believe. There it is. Yeah, much orangier on the label. I think the labels inside look cuter and more antique. We have Scarlet, a really pretty box with strawberries on it. And there it is. That's so cute, Scarlet ink. We have Canary Yellow as our yellow in this set. So there's the, okay, it's a little chunky looking, that's fine. Then we have Blue, just straight up blue. Yep, lives up to its name. And Violet is our last one. So there you go, there's the Violet. It's a bluish purple from what it looks like, but it probably will come out more true purple. Now I didn't read any of these little boxes, so I'm just gonna take a second and read them. So it says that the inks can be mixed with each other and thinned with distilled water. All the inks are, except for white, gold, and silver, can be used with a stylus pen. Only black and white are permanent to light. So they aren't light fast, which is fine. Contains shellac, wash pens and brushes immediately after use, don't let freeze. And that's it. Cool. So I think I'm just going to, because I don't have any pipettes right now, I'm gonna have to get some. I'm just going to dip my brush, put it in here, add a little water, wash the brush in between. A little more time consuming, but that's completely fine. So let's start with the emerald green, which I'm curious about because it does look really blue in the bottle. It still looks really blue. I'll do it undiluted and then diluted on the paper. That sounds good. So here it is undiluted. Oh, that's completely blue. Am I wrong in understanding what emerald is? Or should I have shaken this up? Because that's like a light green to me, that's not emerald. And I'm not like losing my mind, right? Like, this is green on this. Let me see if I need to shake it. It's fine. I've never used inks before, so maybe I needed to adjust my expectations. But, I mean, if I add some yellow, it's definitely going to be what I would think of as emerald. Yeah, no, that's just what she is. Okay, cool. Let's add a little water to my palette. There it is, diluted. I think these are going to be really fun to paint with because I do like this sort of, I don't know. It has a nice feel when you're painting with it. And even when I thin it out, I would say that is a little bit greener. Does that look green on camera? It's a slightly more, Maybe as it dries down, it's almost going slightly greener. Okay, that's interesting. Well, that was not what I expected at all. Let's see if the others surprise me as well. Wow, it really dyes the water fast. That water was clear, and now it's that color, and there was very little in the brush. And I'm testing some of the brushes from that big roll that I showed you. So far seems fine. None of the bristles have come out. I'm wondering if I should do separate brushes for all these because it's gonna carry over. Yes, I'm going to use different brushes for each one. I don't want to have to go wash them each time, and I also don't want to mess up my new paints. So what do we have? 8 colors. Okay, there's 8 brushes of extremely varying sizes and purposes. We'll put that in the used pile, and we'll just ignore the fact that the water's already dyed. Okay, let's go from green to blue. So that looks teal, I would say, to me. So let's try actual blue. I don't think I need to shake them. Just makes them bubbly. Okay, let's grab this one. Get a little bit of blue. Okay, so it's a bit less purple than the ultramarine blue from the other palette, but it is sort of in the same family, so I do like that. Tiny bit of water on the brush. I know that these are like good for layering over each other. I'm gonna have to play around with it to really learn that, but it seems good. I like that color. That one actually turned out how I expected. Next, I'll try this brush, and let's grab Violet. This one looks like extremely pigmented in the bottle. A little tiny bit. Okay, yeah, really vibrant, really bright purple. Much different than that one, which I believe this color in the acrylic tube was like a lavender. So it really dried down a lot. But this is pretty. Let's try it with some water. Nice. Really pigmented and kind of the color I expected. I thought maybe it'd be a little bit warmer, but it's all good. Okay, next let's try Scarlet, which I'm expecting is going to be like a bright strawberry pink. Oh, really pink, okay. Wow, like super duper pink. I guess that is, no, that's not a strawberry color. It's like it's too pink for that. But really pretty. These colors are really surprising me. Like, obviously this is a brand new medium for me. I don't really know what to expect, but yeah, they're not the colors I anticipate. Cool. And it's like, color names are a little bit subjective, right? Like what I think of as scarlet, other people might just call like red. It's like a pinkish red, but I would say that's pink. Okay, let's use vermilion. Down to a little brush now. Okay, this one's much more of the strawberry red I was expecting. Which is weird because the strawberries were on the Scarlet bottle. That's fine. I just realized that the inks are the same brand as my watercolor palette. This is obviously like a big Winsor Newton and store brand to Sayers haul. So I think this is really pretty. Again, it's leaning more towards pink, but it has red applications. I think it'd be really easy to tint these and like play with them to change the color in the palette, so that should be fine. Actually, there's like a little blue there. What can I make? Yeah, just by adding a tiny bit of like the emerald water, I was able to make more of that mauve-y color. Fun. Okay, let's try orange. Where's orange? Here it is. I like this label. It's different than the rest of them because it's the full color. Okay, this is the brush I'm using. A little bit of orange. Wow, really bright. Sorry my swatches look kind of weird. Using different brushes for all of them makes them a little weird. Maybe actually sticking all of these in the water to get them wet. Anyways, yeah, okay, the orange looks pretty good. Kind of as expected. It's a very true pumpkin orange, so I like that one. I like it when I'm getting what I anticipate, it seems. And we'll do yellow next. Canary yellow, excuse me. This is the one that I thought was a little chunky. Should I shake it? Maybe they all just look like that. I just can't see because this one's the only one that's a little bit translucent. Okay. I'm just breaking up some of the glue on the brushes also. There's not very much. A little bit of yellow. Wait, that was way too little. Oh, this one's like really subtle. Okay, that's it full strength. And watered down, it looks pretty much the same, but just even more translucent. So interesting, very different than what I expected again. I thought it would be much more vibrant like the cadmium, but I mean, it's a different color, so that's fine. But compared to the other pigments, like that's a really light one. I wonder if that is anything, like, can you see the chunkiness I'm talking about? Like, it's almost like there's pigment suspended in the water. I wonder if that's, I wonder if I shook it up more, if I would get more opacity. I can't really, I'm not gonna worry about that right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, all I have left is black. So here's the black one, which I think is going to be very dark because I have used it before. Let's put it there. Ooh, and this one smells, yeah, that one smells vinegary. Yeah, you're never gonna get like a better opaque black than like ink. And then a little bit of water. Can make it more of a gray. can bring it down several levels. All right, well, that's pretty much as expected. I knew the black was pretty good. Well, there's my swatch test of these colors. Definitely not the palette I was expecting given the box. Like, here's the sample that they gave. Can you see this? In like this little sample swatch, which I assume this picture is painted with all of it, like the purple is really reddish. Like this is more of a cool tone purple. And obviously they could have mixed them for this example, but I just feel like they maybe would have, for a sample, they maybe wouldn't have as much. Yeah, we've got a lot of green tones in here. So, okay, obviously they did, but there's no greens in the... Oh, there's this. Interesting. Well, I am curious to find out if the yellow is an issue with the pigment just being too suspended. Maybe I need to shake it up more, or maybe it got damaged temperature-wise in transit at some point. Yeah, but everything else looks really pretty. Interesting palette, cool toned. Definitely way more cool toned than I'm used to working with. So it'll be fun to see what I can make with it. A little bit of an observation. I was just washing all these brushes. Maybe this is totally amateur and I should have known this, but they really stain. Hold on. Like I washed all of these with soap and water and some of them are still putting out some pigment. Maybe not that one, but so yeah, that one's like still leaving pink behind. So these brushes are probably just going to have to be ink brushes now, which is fine. Like I said, I have a habit of going through brushes. Clearly it's because I do reckless things like dipping them in ink without knowing. But yeah, that's fine. But yeah, that's learning curve. All right, so that was my little haul. It wasn't the biggest haul in the world, but like I said, I'm not used to buying like a ton of stuff in one outing. So this was just a little bit special for me. Got some items that I'm very excited to be using, things I've wanted to try for a long time. And yeah, so I hope that was inspiring. Maybe you want to check out some of these products too. Like I said, I'll link them down below. This is just what I'm experimenting with this winter. So yeah, cool. I hope that wherever you are, you have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me and looking at some cool new art supplies. And I think you're awesome. Okay, take care and I'll see you later. Mwah.